All right, Bobby. Can you do our intro? It's been a couple of weeks.
It has been a couple weeks, so here we go. It's a podcast about what today is. No, that was not right. No.
It's a little clunky. Let's try it again.
Okay. Every day is someday. Today is a podcast about what today is. A national day celebrated by me, Bobby Parker.
And Joey Nickel. Welcome to Today Is.
Welcome. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yes.
It has been. I feel like it's been forever since we met.
Yes. It has been a long time. So much has just gone on in our lives.
Yes.
And it's a short period of time.
I was very sick last week. I'm still getting over it. I thought I was completely over it, and now this may be allergies now that the weather's crazy, but now I'm all congested again. So I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I thought I was over it, and now I'm all congested again. So we'll see how that goes. But I was very sick last week, and I could not record. And we had kind of recorded a week early on the last one,
Right.
So now it's been like forever. It's been like 2.5 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah.
You have done a lot.
I have
in your personal life.
I have. Yes. I had bariatric surgery, the gastric sleeve. They put 6 holes in me, so I look like I've been stabbed 6 times.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, I'm gonna have street cred if I ever walk around without a shirt on.
So how long did the surgery take? First of all, how long were you under?
I was under about 4 hours. The surgery takes about 3. So about 15 minutes to make sure I was under, 15 minutes to come out.
Yeah, 4 hours, huh?
Four hours. Yep. They stabbed me 6 times. They had the little things inside of me, probes, and all the cameras and whatnot, and the doctors endoscopic. What I call it. Their hands aren't in there, but it's makes it easier. But they also kind of
wait. They don't actually. They like send like tubes in there to do it.
Yeah.
How does it work?
Yeah, so they've got like cameras that they send in, and then they've got probes, and it's like longer things that they put in you, and they're guiding them through. Their hands are outside of your body.
Oh, so it's not like I was picturing they had like open heart surgery where they've got fingers and forceps or whatever those things are called.
Oh no,
like that's not what they're doing.
No.
They're sending in robots.
They're
sending in Doc Ock.
They're shrinking people and sending them inside of us.
That's what I thought.
Inside of a converted submarine.
It is Martin Short going inside. Have you seen that movie?
Yes. Inner Space.
Inner Space.
Yeah,
it was Dennis Quaid inside Martin Short. That's what
hitting on Meg Ryan.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. That was actually.
So Dennis Quaid went inside your body.
Yes.
And somehow Martin Short was involved.
Yeah.
So listen, I have never had surgery inside of me.
Yeah.
Like I've never had like internal surgery. The only surgeries I've had are wisdom teeth.
Right.
And I had carpal tunnel surgery, which is right here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of inside of you.
But I've never had like gut. Nobody's worked on. I still have my appendix. I still have like all my organs. You have less of a stomach. Is that how it works?
Yes, they basically slice off like 90% of the volume of your stomach.
So they actually took out part of your stomach.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah. Did you keep it?
They did not. I asked. Some of it was sent to.
What are you paying for then?
I don't know. Some of it was sent to pathology, which I assume means they were tasting it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and I'm sure that part of it was.
That's how you gain the powers of your patients.
Exactly.
You eat their stomachs.
Yes.
I don't know what powers they're looking for.
Probably debt and excessive weight.
That sounds right, yeah.
I'm sure that they sewed it back together, inflated it, and now it is being used as a basketball in a third world nation.
Beach ball, maybe.
Beach ball. Yeah, maybe a rugby ball. Could be.
I don't know. It could be a tough stomach.
Yeah.
Is that a pretty tough stomach?
I put it through a lot.
So how do you feel now?
Feel good. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Just feel a little bit run down just because I haven't eaten anything.
So what are we on? How long? It's been a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Today's Tuesday.
Tomorrow will be 2 weeks?
Tomorrow's 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so 2 weeks out. How much weight have you lost 2 weeks out?
From the point of surgery, I'm down probably about 25 pounds.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Since day of surgery, you're
Yeah.
down 25 pounds.
Approximately.
Wow.
Which is unsustainable. Absolutely. Like part of it is they removed an organ.
Yeah.
Or most
Oh,
of
that's
an
true.
organ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of that weight's going to be the organ
Right.
missing.
And because I can't eat.
Yeah.
My body.
So
is
what do
just
you do?
eating
Just
itself.
liquid diet still?
Yeah, I'm still on a liquid.
Wow.
My stomach is still healing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've had like protein shakes, and I just had like some cream soup, like a half a
Okay.
cup, and it was good. It was hard to get down just because
Mm.
I'm not hungry, and then I'm gassy all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the gassiness, that's going to happen no matter what kind of surgery you're having.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy. So like you don't really feel like you don't like feel hunger that much.
No,
Yeah.
I was at a holiday party on Sunday,
And it did not bother you.
and it was a huge potluck. All the food there. Like I walked up. I'm like, oh, that smells good. I'm sure that tastes good. I'm like, I don't have any
Really?
desire to eat. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
that is actually the toughest part for me.
Wow.
Because I've spent the last year. That just
We lost the projector.
I
Nobody's going to know what show this is.
we're lost. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That like I can't even imagine how it feels to not ever be hungry. Like that's such a foreign. I can't even imagine.
It's crazy. I spent the last year knowing, hey, I'm hungry. Okay, I'm going to just have a little bit of food. I'm going to eat healthy. I've been very healthy, been very strict about it. And then over the last 2 weeks,
You can take that with you and try to work on. Keep talking though.
over the last 2 weeks, it's been I have to force myself to have a
to
protein
have
shake.
something. Yeah.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're gonna faint or something, right? Like you got to have food. You got to have something. Oh, there it's
exact-
back. What was wrong? Oh, did it go on screensaver?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah. So it went screensaver, so I can just let me just.
So
disable
that's
that.
so now you're eating for survival, just to not pass out at this point
I'm drinking water and taking vitamins for survival.
for sustenance.
I've got so many calories in me. I think I can starve for a while.
You think you'll be? It's like, yeah, I think I've got some stored. I think I've hoarded enough. That's crazy. I have. So I've done intermittent fasting. The most I ever did was twice a week, though. But I would do 24-hour periods of intermittent fasting.
Right.
Which there is a point where I would get with the 24-hour fasting where I'd be at like hour 15 or whatever, and I wouldn't be hungry anymore.
Yep.
So there was a point where I get to that, but even then, it's like I wouldn't be hungry, but just baseline, I wouldn't be hungry. If I showed up to a restaurant, I would get hungry. You know what I mean? I can't even fathom what it would be like to show up to a restaurant and not get hungry at that point.
It is incredibly weird. Like that. I haven't gone to a restaurant since I've had surgery. But I was at that party, been around family and stuff. I've made plenty of food for my son and my wife.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh,
Just doesn't.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That is the biggest mind trip.
Now, have you been home this whole time, or you've been gone into the office at all?
I was home up until yesterday. Yesterday, I went into the office, but last week I worked like half days. So I'd work about 4 hours in the morning, and then I've slept. I've slept so much over the last 2 weeks. It's been probably more than I would normally sleep over the course of 2 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that probably helped you heal the sleeping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that probably helps. So yesterday somebody asked about you and asked when you were going to get back in and do some shows after your surgery.
Oh, okay.
Apparently you did. I don't know what show it was, but they said that whatever show, I can't remember. I think it must have been I think it was at a show you did at. I don't remember. I don't remember what show it was. But they asked like, "Hey, when's Bobby coming back out to shows?" They said you were their dad's favorite or something like that.
That makes sense. That's probably my new tour. Your dad's
favorite comedian. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so I have some gifts for you.
Oh, a gift!
Don't get too excited.
I'm always excited to receive a gift.
In honor of your bariatric surgery, here are some cookies for your family. Some Christmas cookies for your family. And here are Christmas cookies for you. Go ahead and open it and show them what's inside.
Oh, my. I'm quite thrilled with this Christmas gift already. Oh,
it is nothing. It is.
Oh, it smells like it had a cookie in it.
It is a
at
tin
one point.
of what used to have cookies in it. But you can't have any, so you get an empty tin of smells.
It smells like cookies. That's the best. My family thanks you.
Yeah.
We have gifts for you. We're actually waiting.
But that tin is for your family. So this is in honor of your bariatric surgery. There's actual cookies in that one for your family.
I greatly appreciate. They appreciate that.
Yeah.
So they.
I'm glad.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
We did a cookie gift exchange at my in-laws' house, and we made some tins to give out to people. So I thought I'd come by and make fun of you.
This is perfect because I love Christmas gifting and more importantly, I like it when you make fun of me like that.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll talk about a couple things that I've been doing this week since you've just been at home doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
But congratulations on your surgery. I'm glad you're healing up. I'm glad that that this everything seemed to work out during the surgery. No complications or anything? Did you die on the table?
I did not die on the table. I do have one kind of crazy story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So my son got his tonsils out the day before my surgery.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were telling me that.
So it was super stressful for
Yeah.
my wife. She's the one who had the most stress. But we were showing up at my son's surgery on that Tuesday, right? And we're getting there early because you get to places like that early.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So it's about 45 minutes before we're supposed to arrive, and we're in the parking garage. I get a phone call, and it's the nurse who's scheduling. She says, "Hey, if you can get here early, it would be helpful because somebody else had to cancel, and we can probably get your son in sooner." I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So I'm kind of motioning for my wife and son. I'm like, "Oh, this is good. Hurry up." And the nurse said something else to me. I'm like, "I'm in the parking garage. We're about to walk in," and she says, "Okay, great. We'll see you in a minute." I said, "Thank you, love you," and I hung up. And now I've said "love you" on the phone accidentally before.
Yeah.
It's slightly embarrassing, not a big deal.
Right.
But we get to the nurse's station like 3 minutes later, and I'm like, "Hi, we're here to check my son in," and there's like 5 nurses there, and 4 of them are like, "Oh yeah, we're ready to help," and the 5th one just turns around and looks at me and goes, and just turns right back around. And that was the one I spoke to.
You're like, I know who that is.
Yeah. And then like. Yeah, we're laughing about it as a family. Laughed about it with the nurses for my surgery, and then when I left, all of the nurses said they loved me. So that was fun.
It's just all love all around.
Yeah.
Very lovely place. What? Where'd you have it? What hospital?
It was Baptist downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Man, I will say I hate driving downtown to the medical. Like having to, I've had to take my kid to this ophthalmologist. He had inflammation in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I've been having to take him to the ophthalmologist like every 2 weeks. Oh, do you need to answer that? No. Somebody just rang the doorbell. Was it male?
My guess is it's one of my son's friends.
Oh, okay.
And my son is not here. And it was, yeah, one of my son's friends.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so I had to go to Nemours Children's Hospital.
Okay.
And it's not great having to drive there, drive into that area. Here's the thing. I am familiar with downtown, very familiar with downtown from going to shows, but the shows are at like 8 or 9 o'clock. So there's not traffic.
Right.
In fact, the worst traffic I get with shows was after a show, an exit being closed because they're working on it. That's the only traffic I would run into and have to reroute or whatever. But yeah, I'm not used to, because these appointments are at like 3 or 4, and I'm having to fight traffic and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and to make it worse, the hospitals themselves, they're built next to each other.
Yes.
They connect to each
Yeah.
other, and it's not designed to.
No.
It's easy
No.
to walk from one building, accidentally end up outside, and having to walk like 5 blocks to get to a
it's
door.
not great. It's all they're all close together, which sounds convenient, but then it's also a parking issue too, because there's like, okay, but if you're going to this doctor's appointment, you have to park in this area, even though you're used to parking in this area at the doctors that are literally 20 feet away.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a mess. But anyway, I'm glad that everything worked out. I'm glad that you're healthy. I'm glad they took out the right stomach. You have how many stomachs do you have?
Well, as far as I know, I had 2, and 90% of them are gone. That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
No. As far as I know, they took out the right number of the correct organ.
Sounds good. Do you have all your others? Do you have your appendix?
I have my appendix.
Do you have your spleen? That's the other one that
have a
can be
spleen.
taken out.
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder? Do you have your gallbladder?
I have my gallbladder. I've got all the stuff except less of it.
Just
now.
less of a stomach.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. And what were you doing?
All right. So I got sick and took it easy for a few days, but I had this Saturday I had my Fleming Island Market.
Okay.
So that is an interesting event for me because when they approached me, they're like, "We want you to do this market." I got approached through another company that I work for called Maximum Entertainment, and they said, "We want you to do this, and because you're a stand-up comic, we want you to do this, host this market." And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what they wanted me to do. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do for this. This is going to be weird. And they're like, well, we'll pay you $400. And I said, I host markets now. That's what I do.
That is my career.
So now I host this market. I've done it for 2 years. The first time I hosted it, I just made fun of everybody. I literally just went around to each of the vendors with a wireless microphone and roasted them. I would stand, there was a gym there. There's like somebody like trying to get people to sign up for their gym. And I stood in front of the gym, and as people walked by, I said, do you want to join this gym? You'll look like me. Like I've been a member of this gym for 6 years, and look how it's turned out for me. And they thought that was funny. I thought they might get mad at that, but they thought that was hilarious. And then I like took pictures flexing in front of the gym and stuff like that. It was all stuff like that, and I would go around to each of the booths, and I would talk to them and promote their business, and we'd give away prizes.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
So the booth would give away a prize to a lucky customer. We were doing drawings like out of a bucket. That didn't go that great because people would leave or something, and I'd have them write their phone number down so I could call them, but it never quite worked out like I wanted it to that way. We did that a few times, and so I pivoted and started doing trivia. So
Okay.
as people walk by my booth, I would stop them and ask them a trivia question, and then they'd win a prize from one of the booths.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that worked out much better.
I don't know if I would have ever gotten to that, but that makes so much sense.
It's so much easier. I don't have to draw a name out of a bucket. I just ask them the question. I say, hey, do you want to answer a trivia question for a prize? And they say, no, thank you, and run away as fast as they can. Or they say, sure, and then I ask them on the microphone, and it's always themed. This time it was Christmas themed because this was the December market. It's only once a month.
Right.
So we did Christmas themed questions. Here are a few of them.
Okay.
I'll shoot you some of these trivia questions.
Okay.
What is the number one highest selling Christmas song of all time?
The number one highest selling Christmas song of all time.
And this is a Guinness Book of World. This is a Guinness World Record. Guinness Book of World Records record. Official. This song has sold more than any other song, Christmas song, in existence.
I'm going to say, "I'll Be Home for Christmas," Bing Crosby.
Very close. That is not correct, but it is very close.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It is there is also a movie of the same name. It is not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Okay. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is actually number 2.
Actually number 2.
That is the number 2 highest selling song of all time. What is number 1? Has a movie named after it. You're very close with Bing Crosby.
Oh, okay, so Bing Crosby, "I'll Be Home for Christmas." I'm trying to think of the other songs that are also the name of a movie.
Yep.
And
you're on the right track with Bing Crosby.
Yeah, it's all chestnuts. No, it's I can't think of what it could be.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
There is a color involved, or lack thereof.
White Christmas.
White Christmas. That
White
is
Christmas.
correct.
Yep, gotcha.
White Christmas. Here, you win a wonderful prize from one of our vendors. No, you don't. I didn't bring any prizes. So that is the kind of questions I ask.
Yeah, those are great questions.
And if it's and then I ask them in a way so that I do exactly what I did with you. I give them hints to get to the right answer because I want them to get the right answer.
Absolutely.
And I always tell them, if you get it wrong, I'll still give you the prize. And then if it's a child, if it's just like a 10-year-old, I'll go up to them and say, "Hey, what is the best Christmas candy?" And then they think about it for a really long time, like it's a real question. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. Candy canes?" I'm like, "That is correct. Candy canes are the best Christmas candy."
Sugared plums?
Yeah.
Sugared plums, sir.
Yeah. We all know children dream of sugar plums.
Yes.
In 2024.
So I have to say that you stopping people and asking them trivia questions, I would want you to paint yourself green and do it like you are a troll and it's a bridge.
Yeah,
and you won't let
you
them
can't
live.
pass. Yeah.
Yes, you won't let them leave the market unless they can
answer these questions 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll be the Saturday Fleming Island Saturday Market troll. That's what, and I'll go around asking trivia questions, and they cannot leave the market unless they've answered the questions correctly. Maybe I'll do that next time. Next one. I don't think we do one in January because of New Year's and everything. I think we do it. Next one will be February, so it'll be a Valentine's kind of themed market.
Right. Ooh.
We'll have so I'll probably ask Valentine's questions. Here, I'll ask you another question.
Please.
What is now during the Thanksgiving one of the questions which you should know by now because we talked about this was, what was the number 1 side dish?
The number 1
Do you remember what we talked about?
It's one of the popular ones, and it's either stuffing or potatoes, and I forget. Green bean casserole.
Green bean casserole. Yeah.
I wanted to say that because that's the one I make, but I'm like,
No,
I
that's
don't
the number
think that
1
was right.
side dish. Yeah, number 1 side dish. All right, here's another.
I swear I turned that off.
Yeah, that's gonna happen sometimes. There's another. Okay, let me think of another one. What is the number 1 selling Halloween candy? In terms of units sold, in terms of pieces sold, number 1 selling Halloween candy in terms of pieces sold.
M&M's.
Incorrect.
What is it?
Think of there's also a vegetable that is but it is in
candy corn.
Candy corn, yeah, it's candy corn, yeah.
They're still selling units.
Yep. I do feel like that's a technicality because you buy a bag of candy corn, there's a million in there,
right?
Like so when they say pieces sold.
That's why I went M&M's.
Yeah, I know. That's why that was a good guess. M&M's was a good guess, but I think pieces sold. Also, the problem with M&M's is there's so many different kinds of M&M's. I think they're separating them. So like peanut M&Ms are going to be different than regular M&Ms. So like, there's no one M&M that is going to overtake the candy corn. M&Ms as a whole, probably.
Right.
M&Ms as a whole, because peanut M&Ms, peanut butter M&Ms, and regular M&Ms.
I went with them over Skittles because they're older.
That is true. Yeah, M&Ms are older. M&Ms or Skittles, in your opinion? Just pick one. M&Ms or Skittles?
I would take M&Ms. I don't like the.
You don't like Skittles?
They're okay, but I like chocolate more than I like the fake fruit.
Yeah. I like peanut M&Ms a lot.
Peanut M&Ms 100%.
We knew this was going to come to food talk. We knew this was going to
Yes.
come, despite the fact you have 90% less of your stomach. That we knew this was you can't escape your history.
No, and part of that is also this. I about 90% of my stomach, but I still have to eat at some point.
At some point.
At some point, I'm still going to have to eat. So I might as well have something I like.
Yeah.
And it just has to be good.
You can take the stomach out of the man, but you can't take the man out of the stomach.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that were the exact words
That's what the doctor said.
My doctor said right before he stabbed me.
Yeah. I like peanut M&Ms because they are not overly sweet.
Yes.
And I can eat a lot of them, and I don't feel like I'm eating a ton of candy. I'd say that's my favorite. Is peanut M&M. However, I do like peanut butter M&Ms, but in small amounts.
Yes, they are better than Reese's Pieces.
Yes, they are better than Reese's Pieces, and I agree with that because the peanut butter to chocolate ratio is a little better. They're a little bigger.
Right.
But if I eat too many, it's still too much. Like I get the sugar six.
Yeah.
I don't know. I made that up.
I get it. I like.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like a little fun size bag. That's about the right limit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Little fun size bag. Maybe 6 or 7 times a day. That's.
Yep. Anytime you just need a little refresher, your breath feels a little off. Yeah, you just have some.
Honestly, I like
M&Ms.
anything with peanuts in it, and I think because it cuts through that overly sweet.
Yeah.
So like Snickers are good because it has peanuts in it. Baby Ruth.
Peanut is one of like George Washington Carver was a genius.
Yeah.
Because he recognized how important peanuts are.
Peanuts are very important.
It's great for.
They're not even a nut though.
No, they're a legume.
They're a legume. Yeah.
Legume.
They're not even a nut.
Yeah, but they're good sweet. They're good savory.
Yeah. Cover them in chocolate. Cover them in
Bacon.
honey.
Cover them in bacon.
Cover them in bacon.
Have you ever had peanut butter bacon?
Never had peanut butter bacon.
A peanut butter bacon sandwich.
Oh, I should try that sometime.
Phenomenal.
Now, did you listen to the podcast this week?
I did not.
We didn't interact with each other, so you didn't hear my segments on the podcast. I heard yours because I had to edit the podcast and put it together. I wrote a love letter to bacon.
Oh.
That was the first letter, and I wrote a letter of complaint to Florida weather. Those were the 2 letters that I wrote.
I agree with both of those.
The bacon love letter was great. I recommend listening to it if you haven't listened to it yet. It was a very short podcast. It was only 17 minutes. But we had Bobby read 2 letters, I read 2 letters, and then my son read his letter to Santa.
Ooh,
that was the extent of our podcast last week because we couldn't get together. But we wanted to make it happen because I wanted to have every week. I didn't want to miss a week on a podcast.
I applaud your dedication. I was willing to just sleep.
Yeah.
But no, I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, it was.
There's one unrelated topic I want to talk about before we go into our subject for today. We're about halfway through our podcast right now, and so it was one unrelated topic I want to talk about. A club has recently closed in Florida. The Madcaps Comedy Club.
Madcaps Comedy
Club has closed. This past weekend was their last weekend.
Yes.
As a comedy club. I don't know the details of why they closed. Do you know the details?
My assumption was that they weren't doing enough.
Yeah,
business.
that's my assumption too. I assume they just. I don't know though. I don't know. Maybe he was so successful that he's moving to LA and opening a comic club. I have no idea. I haven't talked to Adam Lowry, who's the owner of that club. I haven't talked to him in a little while, so I don't know. I might shoot a message to him just to say thank you for always having me up on that stage. I loved that club. It was a great club. It seemed like they had a fun time on the last weekend. I couldn't make it out there, to attend any of the last shows because I was very busy and still recovering from my sickness. But I do want to say about comedy clubs, I have noticed that, and RIP, Nat Caps in New Smyrna Beach, but I do want to say that comedy clubs are either run by a businessman who is not great for comics,
right,
or run by a comedian who is not
great at
business.
Yeah,
and again, I don't know. Maybe Adam Lowry was great at business, and there was no way for him to recover that club or whatever. Something else happened. I don't know all the details, but I have noticed that when comedians run comedy clubs in general, they don't seem to last very long.
Right.
Or very long is subjective, I guess. But like, just even on a big scale, even people that I know that have owned like giant comedy clubs that were former comedians that they're like, okay, I'm going to retire, own this comedy club. All the comics say it's great, everybody loves performing there, but they just can't seem to keep it afloat, and they end up having to sell or close. I mean, we look at even the Comedy Store, who was started by. I forgot his first name, but Pauly Shore's dad actually started the Comedy Store. He was a comic, and everybody loved that club. But then in the divorce, lost it to Mitzi Shore,
right,
who was not a comic and was a businesswoman. That's why she was able to get the club in the divorce,
right,
because she was a shrewd businesswoman. Even though she loved her comics and knew that they were and she still was a businesswoman. I mean, her whole thing, the strike was because she wasn't paying the comics, which is such a shrewd. That's a business thing.
I think one of the really important things there, you said she loved the comics. She has a real passion for comedy. She's
passed since.
She's passed, but she
did have a passion for comedy. That is true.
She wasn't a performer, but she knew it and she loved it.
Yes, she did have a passion for comedy. And she made enemies though as a businesswoman.
Yeah.
I just feel like the comedy clubs that end up being successful are more businessy.
Yep.
And I hate that's the case, because I look at a comedy club and I want it to be more for the comics. One thing is, like, everybody complains about the check drop. Like, the check drop happens when you've got about 20 minutes left of your set and you're the headliner. Let's say you're the headliner, you've got about 20 minutes left of your set. That's when the check drop happens. Every headliner hates it. Clubs for years have been trying to figure out a way to get around it, or they haven't, or they don't care, and they just do it because they're not comedians. The ones who are comedians try to get around it. Some clubs just do it all at the end and make everybody wait.
Yep.
I know that Ron White will not allow a check drop in the middle of his set. So he makes, and he hasn't been there since Fred was the owner of the Comedy Zone.
Right. And important thing here is he doesn't do a lot of clubs as a headliner.
He doesn't do a lot of clubs as a headliner.
He does theaters as a headliner.
He does theaters.
If he's in a club, he's usually just doing like a 15-minute spot or something like that.
But he would come to the Comedy Zone when he was working on a new set. When he was working on a new hour, he'd come to the Comedy Zone and as a headliner, and he did not want there to be a check drop in the middle of his set. So what he did, and at the time, the last time he was here, Patrick Carson, shout out Patrick Carson, great comic out of the Comedy Zone, was the MC, and he made Patrick come back out and do time during it so that he didn't have to the check drop didn't have to happen in the middle of his set.
Right.
And that went terribly, as you can imagine.
Right.
And so Fred had the idea, let's give away some prizes instead. So then they started giving away prizes instead of him doing a set, and that went better. But I just feel like when the club is run by a comic, or a former comic, all the comics love it,
Right.
but it doesn't. But it doesn't seem to always last as long.
Yeah, and that's just
And I'm sure there's exceptions. I'm sure somebody would be able to point out an exception, but in my experience, I haven't found an exception to that, unless that comic happens to be a really good businessman and really shrewd, and then that ends up they probably end up making sacrifices for the to talent in order
Absolutely.
to keep the doors open.
right. And I think it's really a same issue that other creative services have.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not unique to comedy
Yeah,
clubs.
like there are, I'm sure, amazing chefs out there who have opened a restaurant, and it's like, man, this is the best food, and they don't know how to run a restaurant.
Right. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure that happens in every creative business. And that's going to happen in a music club. I'm sure that's going to happen at a theater. Just anywhere where there's a creative, where the business is based on something creative, that's going to happen. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. Just a little subject of RIP to a good comedy club that I enjoyed performing at.
I enjoyed Madcaps. I had some weird experiences, fun weird experiences.
Yeah.
It was always
For sure.
a weird time, but
It was always
just-
unique every time.
Lots of laughs.
Yeah, no, it was fun. I had a good time there, and it was a good club. Some good comics came through there.
Absolutely. Yeah, met some
Yeah,
cool people there.
I made some connections there and friends, comics that I hadn't known before working at that club. So, all right, so let's move on to our subject today. You're gonna have to probably get up
Yes.
again to move our thing. All right, today's day is.
up here somewhere.
I think you can just hit the arrow key, and that's it. Try the other arrow key. Huh. You tried both arrow keys?
Yes.
Huh.
I've tried all the arrow keys, so I'm just going to do this. Okay. I'm not going to do that.
Is it not up how it was before?
Uh-uh.
I had it up in the pictures thing before, and it was
There
just...
we are. Okay, so now...
This is real exciting for the folks at home.
Oh, I'm well aware. This is...
I might have to cut some of this out. All right, we are trying to get the picture up. I was trying not to have to edit on this one, but it sounds like I might have to.
Yeah.
Today's day is International Free Shipping Day. So today is Free Shipping Day. We're supposed to celebrate what it means to have free shipping. And are you a member of any Prime? You got Prime?
Yes,
You got Amazon Prime?
We have Amazon. It's almost a requirement.
Yeah. I don't know of too many people that don't have access to Amazon Prime these days.
The only friend of mine that I know very specifically does not have Amazon Prime because he works at FedEx and he's kind of executive level at FedEx.
Oh, so he's got some sore.
Yeah, he's got stuff being sent to him anyways. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess he's got the inside track on how to get stuff sent to him.
right.
That's, do you think FedEx, how much do you think companies like FedEx and UPS and USPS, how much do you think they hurt when Amazon started shipping their own things? When you get a package from Amazon, it's not coming through the post office anymore.
No,
They just drop it off at your house. They're a shipping company now,
Yes,
which is crazy. They just started shipping their own stuff.
I think it's not hurting FedEx and UPS as much, but it is absolutely destroying the postal
Is
service.
it?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were using the post office a lot, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that sucks for the post office, I guess. Does
Yeah.
it? Do we care about the post office?
I care because they cost me billions of dollars a year in tax money, but that's
true.
Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you can send a letter for 30-something cents. You could send a letter to Alaska. You can send a piece of paper to Alaska for slightly more than a quarter.
Right, but you can also send an email to Alaska
that
for
is true.
free.
Yeah.
So, unless there's a reason to actually send something physical there, it's pointless.
I will say the USPS does not. It has pretty good rates for packages, though. When I send stuff, I usually send it USPS. I usually send it priority. Well, we'll just see how that goes. This has not worked out with the computer today.
No.
What is this? Your son's computer or something?
No, this is my gaming computer that I rarely use. So
I will say that free shipping used to be a luxury.
free shipping was
Free shipping used to be like, oh, free shipping? Like, this is, if you wanted to attract people to buy more stuff, you'd say, this week only free shipping or something like that. Now it's the standard.
It is absolutely. It used to be, hey, it's free shipping. I would be like, what's the scam?
Yeah,
where are they trying to catch me?
Where are they getting you?
What's happening?
But now that Amazon has free 2-day shipping on everything you can think of, then it opened up every other business to try to compete.
Absolutely.
I will say that the one thing that works for businesses that I think works in favor of businesses as far as free shipping. Probably pick restart. Remind me tomorrow. There we go. The one thing that helps out is like when a business says over a certain amount is free shipping. I like that.
Okay, yeah.
Because then it helps the business, and you're not like hurting the business by making them pay for the shipping, and then you end up having to get more stuff. If you go, it's like over $60 is free shipping.
Right, and if you're already spending $45, you're like, hey, shipping would be $10. I might as well get $15 worth of something.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love those deals and have used those a lot.
So the history of free shipping in this country has been mostly based on Amazon. And then, Walmart has their own thing. You can join Walmart's program.
Right.
Which nobody does.
No.
Do you know anybody that's part of the Walmart version of Amazon Prime?
No.
No, nobody is. And supposedly you can get free 2-day shipping through Walmart, which they have they have everything there too. You can get mostly everything you can through Walmart.com that you could through Amazon. I think that is just two giants just fighting each other at that point.
Right. It's one giant trying to put brick and mortars out of business.
Yeah.
And the other giant trying to say,
desperately,
hey, yeah, we still belong here, and we've got the infrastructure to compete.
Yeah, exactly. I do like ordering stuff pickup. Here's a free shipping-esque thing, or a free shipping hack is Walmart pickup. That's great. That's better than free shipping.
Walmart pickup is one of my all-time favorite
Walmart
things.
pickup, you just drive there and get it, and they put it in your car for you. Walmart pickup's better than free shipping, in my opinion. I know that free shipping brings it to your door, but Walmart pickup gets it that day. You get it that day, and it's anything that Walmart sells in store, you can pretty much get on Walmart pickup.
I use Walmart pickup for almost one thing exclusively, which is what we're drinking right now.
The water bottles?
Yeah, so it's called Splash Refresher. It's just a flavored water. It's inexpensive, and it tastes good, but I've only found it in 6-packs at Walmart, and they usually only have like 3 or 4 out.
Oh, yeah.
So what I will do, I will order like 20 or 30 6-packs for Walmart pickup and just go park and
stock up.
Have them load my car full, come home, and then like 2 months later go do it again.
Yeah. It's great for stocking up. Walmart pickup is great. Every time I think like, oh, I need this, and it's like, oh, I need it, and I look at the Walmart, I'm like, should I go get it because I need it? And I'm like, I can wait till the morning. I can wait. Like I'm always like, I never want to go in Walmart to have to buy something. Right. I love being able to buy it at the curb. I love being able to get it at the curb. And I have pushed that. What can I get? As far as I know, there is not a thing they sell in the store that you cannot get on curbside. It used to be you could only get groceries. Then they started doing there was like a separate grocery pickup and non-grocery pickup.
I didn't even know
area.
that.
Yeah.
I've never even tried ordering non-groceries.
They did grocery first. That was how they started. Then they did a Black Friday thing where it was like you can pick. It was like specifically the Black Friday deals. It's like these items that are on Black Friday sale you can pick up, and there are special spots for Black Friday pickup. Then they just let you do everything. So now everything is. You can get a TV and pick it up. You can get a bag of oranges and a TV and pick it. You know, it's like it's all none of it. You don't have to work. You don't have to discriminate on what you're getting. You can probably get a table and they'll come out and bring it to you. I love that. And it started before COVID. They had started it before COVID, and then they accelerated. They put it on steroids and cocaine. Just for COVID, and then it took off from there, and everybody's like, I don't go into Walmart anymore. That's not a thing people do.
That's what I used during COVID.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Walmart pickup for sure.
Well, no, I'm talking steroids and cocaine.
Oh, steroids and cocaine. Yeah, that's what got me.
That
through
helped
COVID.
everyone.
Yeah, that helped everyone. You'd think you would have lost some weight over.
I used steroids.
Yeah, the steroids did not help.
No.
All right. So in honor of Free Shipping Day, I just grabbed whatever was on my front porch.
Okay.
Whatever got shipped. I grabbed some boxes that were on my front porch, and we're gonna guess what's in them.
Oh, all right.
I need it. Do you have a knife?
I do.
I need a knife to open it. So I just brought these boxes. And I'm going to see if you can guess what's in the box. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
This is a segment we call What's in the Box? So these were, the reason why I picked these is because they were free shipping.
They were free. That's perfect. What is in the box?
So what do you think is in the box?
Okay. Based on the size and the time of year, I am almost assuredly guessing that this is a Christmas present. I'm going to guess it is for one of the boys, and I am going to guess it is some kind of Super Mario Brothers themed toy.
This is very hard.
Here.
I don't know why. Oh, there. This is harder to open than I thought. This is very... Oh, there. I was able to rip it. Okay. This is great for the listeners at home. So this is just a standard brown box. Now, I will point out it is not an Amazon box.
There is a hole in the box over here. I want to point out I could not see into it, but just wanted to point out...
a tiny hole.
Tiny hole.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's find out what's in the box.
Let's find out
your
what
guess is Mario.
A Super Mario Brothers toy.
It is not Super Mario Brothers.
It is not a Super Mario.
It is Batman.
A Batman. Oh, okay. Ooh.
It is Batman. It is a McFarlane Toys Batman.
Ooh, DC Multiverse.
From Batman vs. Superman. This is Nightmare Batman.
Oh.
That's what they call him. That's Nightmare Batman.
And there's a picture of Ben Affleck on the back.
And Ben Affleck is on the back. This is Nightmare Batman. That was box number 1. Has Nightmare Batman in it.
Ooh, that is cool.
These just came out recently.
Oh, and is that a McFarlane?
It's McFarlane, yeah. McFarlane Toys. I have a lot of McFarlane toys. And here's Nightmare Batman. So that was a good guess that it would be some sort of toy. But, all right, let's go. Okay.
All right.
Box number 2.
Box number 2. Now, free shipping.
Free shipping on box number 2.
Okay.
Now, knowing what the first box was.
Do you want
to make an informed guess on what the second box is?
The second box is going to be a McFarlane toy Batman Batmobile.
Oh, okay. Well, these came apart.
Oh yeah. Now
the scissors came apart.
They turn into throwing knives.
All right. So that was a good guess on Batman. There is a Batman in here,
A Batman in there.
but it is not a Batmobile. It is Superman and Doomsday.
Ooh, excellent.
Superman and Doomsday. This is going to be a cross-platform post, I guess, for my Toy Time Tuesday. Today is Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
And I do a Toy Time Tuesday every Tuesday. I do some sort of toy showcase or review. We've also got Armored Batman.
Ooh, that is cool.
Armored Batman. Now, I don't know. You're probably not into toys that much.
I like comic books. I know stuff, but I don't buy them. But
I
like them.
I have so many toys, and and my children. I do give toys to my children, but these are not for my children. These are for me.
Yeah, so, hey, on the flip side, like my wife is the one I give Legos to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She likes Lego.
My wife's a huge Lego
All
person. Like my son also loves it. I like putting them together, but my wife, like, you'll walk around the house and you'll see a bunch of Lego stuff put together. That is what my wife loves to do.
Huh? That's really cool.
Yeah,
I saw you have an ATST over there.
Yes. Yep.
That looks pretty cool. You was that one your wife put together with your kids?
Yeah.
My kids love Lego. The oldest used to love like all the time, but he I guess he grew out of it, but the others haven't seemed to grow out of it yet.
Right.
The 11-year-old still loves Lego. The 7-year-old loves Lego. I do remember. You ever been to Legoland?
Legoland's a blast. It's
great.
So much fun.
Not great for teenagers. It's not really geared toward teenagers. I would say when my oldest was like 10, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Because then we had the 10-year-old, the 7-year-old, and the like 1 year. Like the young, like the 3-year-old. So like that was the perfect age.
Yeah. There's
to
something
bring
for,
all three
for
kids.
all of them. And
there's fun roller coasters. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of good stuff. And there's and it was, I think it was when Lego Batman came out, so that was a big deal. Like the Lego Batman showed up. They loved Legoland, and we'd always go to like somewhere, like find somewhere with like a discount on Lego, and get Lego sets before we went down.
Right.
Because they're not overpriced at Legoland.
But they're
normal price. There's not there every once in a while there'd be something on discount, but not a lot. Right. But so we would get them Lego sets ahead of time, and then we'd go stay at a hotel, and then get these like, oh, well, I want to buy this Lego set. And they're like, don't worry, we got one for you, and we'd pull out the one we bought at like Walmart or whatever on discount or whatever, and then we build that at home or at the hotel. Now I do remember. The middle child was, I don't remember, maybe probably 5 or 6 or so, and I would have to build them, really help him build it. I'd have to pretty much build it for him. He'd give me the pieces, and then I'd build it. And I was kind of done with it. I was like, I'm kind of sick of having to do this. I was like, you just do it. You just figure it out. And then he built it. He built the whole thing. And then I was like, you knew how to do this? This whole time you were making me build it, and you knew how to build Lego?
He wanted to spend time with his dad, or at least he wanted to spend time watching his dad get frustrated.
Yeah, exactly. I was so mad when I found out he could build these Lego. And I was like, oh, yeah, of course. These are made for children to build. And it's like, of course he can figure out how to build it. So you'd be surprised how young children can figure out how to build Lego. I would say around 5 or 6 is they can pretty much do it on their own.
Yeah, unless you've got the fancy electronic ones, they're pretty good to go right there.
And it's all picture based.
Absolutely.
Like the instructions all have pictures. Like here's each step, but you don't have to read anything. So even if they can't read very well, it should be still easy to do Lego.
There is one thing with international shipping, Dave, and I've been kind of thinking about this ever since we knew what day we were doing.
Okay.
I think I can pinpoint the time right when shipping became like a given,
a thing.
You expect
the free shipping.
You expect the free shipping. It's right after that TV commercial and radio commercial came out saying, I shipped my pants.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Do you remember that
when
commercial?
Was that? That was...
It was about 10 or 12 years ago. Really?
What was it for?
It was, I think it was Kmart or I shipped my pants. And it was just fun play on words. It was hilarious. Everyone loved it. But that was like the last thing I remember. It's like, hey, we're talking about shipping.
Yeah.
And everything else after that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That could be, you might be right. That may be when it really took off, when that became a business, something to give you an edge on business was shipping. And then they started calling it shipping and logistics. Like that was a whole thing. And then, and then shipping. I mean, it just the advent of the internet in general has like nobody even heard of free shipping until the advent of the internet.
Right. Yeah.
It's always shipping and handling. And by the way, what's the handling? I don't.
My picture is.
Can I pay for just the handling?
Yeah, I always assume it is what Ace Ventura did at the beginning of the movie when he was destroying the box, as on the fake delivery. I thought that was the handling.
That is. I don't know. I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. So this is what I had shipped to me today. This is what I got for free shipping. These items available at GameStop for free shipping.
GameStop has with the GameStop membership, right?
Yeah, so you can get free shipping with GameStop if you spend a GameStop.
GameStop.
You have to spend a certain amount over a certain amount to get free shipping.
Yeah, and they've had a really good.
Yeah, I hope they stick around. I hope they don't go out of business like some people want them to. Oh, did you hear about Jersey Mike's?
No.
So the same guy who has bought like 20 other companies and ran them into the ground in order to make a profit,
right,
has bought Jersey Mike's.
Oh,
I know. And everybody's like, it's going to come. Like they can see it coming. Like the quality of the sandwich is going to go down because they're going to cut costs. Then people are going to stop going, and then they're going to declare bankruptcy, and they're going to make $1 billion on it. That's what's going to happen. And they bought it for like $4 billion or something like that. They bought Jersey Mike's. Right. So get them while you can.
Yeah,
get Jersey Mike's while they're still good.
Yeah,
I love Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's they've got some good stuff.
Yeah.
I look forward to having some.
They slice the meats there.
Yeah.
The bread, they bake the bread there. It's all made in-house. Do not get their meatball sub.
I've never had it. I like meatball subs, but it's not.
It's
something
not good. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know why their meatball sub is no good. It's the only thing that I would not recommend getting. They have a good Philly. They have a good cheesesteak.
They've got a good Philly, and I go with secret menu Philly there.
What's the secret menu Philly?
It's called number 99.
Oh,
it's a mix of two of them, and the numbers add up to 99.
Oh.
It's like the Big Kahuna and one of the other ones like mixed together.
All right, I got to try that.
It's tasty.
Well, there you have it, folks. Go to Jersey Mike's while you still can. Get free shipping while you still can. Amazon Prime for the holidays. Anything you want to plug? You doing any shows?
I have one show this weekend. It is sold out. It is a holiday thing at an Elks Club, which is great. I'm looking forward to it, but I just can't tell. I just can't say, hey, come on.
Let's see. By the time this airs, this won't matter. But speaking of toys, I am doing a show to promote Toys for Tots. So I will promote Toys for Tots. I will be donating some of. Not this. I want this. I would be donating some McFarlane toys to Toys for Tots on Wednesday. So I would encourage anybody to find your local Toys for Tots and donate some toys. They are needed. I am a guy who has a lot of extra toys in the package. Don't donate used toys. New toys. I'm going to be donating some on Wednesday for a show that I'm doing to raise donations for Toys for Tots in Jacksonville. So I just recommend that, looking them up, finding out what events are going on in your area. It's the holidays, and it'd be a great thing to give some toys to some people who can't afford them or some kids who need your help. All right.
That sounds great. I was not able to be part of that show because I didn't know what my schedule would be.
Yeah, with the surgery and everything.
But yeah, I will absolutely be giving some toys, and hey, I encourage people to go out and help others for the holidays.
Yeah, help everyone out for the holidays. Show some Christ-like attitudes and help those who may need your help during the holidays, and love your neighbors.
Absolutely. It's the giving season.
It's the giving season. We got real mushy here at the end.
Yep.
What else?
Fart joke.
Fight the power. I don't know. All right.
I went with fart joke. You went with fight the power. We know how to bring it back down.
All right. All right. I'm Joey Nickel.
I'm Bobby Parker.
This has been Today Is. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.